Alright everyone, let's get out there and kill some zombies. Zombies? The fuck is that? Ah yes, sorry, we're wankers, that's right. Let's get out there and kill some Ridden then. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Hold up there buddy, you haven't picked your cards yet. What cunt? You can't head out without your cards, don't you know about your cards? This one gives you extra damage if you hit him in the head. This one circumcises every zombie within a 50-meter radius. This one gives you more ammo. This one... Hey cunts, welcome back to yet another game review. Today we're going to be discussing Turtle Rock Studios' Back 4 Blood. As many of you may know or be able to gather from the name, Back 4 Blood is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, which is a much better game developed by the same studio. Ah shit, did I say much better? My bad. I actually didn't really have many expectations for this game going in. I ended up doing the $1 Game Pass thing to play it because it's on Game Pass, and fuck, I'm glad I did. I cannot imagine being a cunt who paid $80 or $150 for the deluxe for this fucking dumpster fire. I would be big mad. I played this on PC and I ran it in max settings, and that was never really the issue for me. It ran fine. The performance was not an issue at all. If you're at all curious to shape up my performance to your own rig, I've put my specs in the description, so check those out if you're curious. As I said before, this was meant to be a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, which was what it was mainly marketed as. This ends up being to Back 4 Blood's detriment though, because it lacks a lot of the heart and spirit of what I guess Left 4 Dead had. The survivors or cleaners are all unlikable cuntbags as well. They only have really a few funny quips here and there, so you better fucking like those because you're going to be hearing them a lot. Much like Left 4 Dead is also the mission structure. It's sort of a bunch of linear missions, one after the other, working towards a main story, and it's all co-op as well. You can all do it all in co-op or single player. I say it's possible to be tackled in co-op, but you want to do that. You'll want to find at least 2 friends to play with, because this game just is not designed to be played solo. I played this with a couple of mates and also mainly a random 4th player here and there. We'll get to that later. Yeah, we got absolutely smacked. I think we got to about the halfway point in the game and the missions just got like unfairly hard, I would say. And this is on the lowest difficulty. Unlike Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood makes a puzzling use of their special infected to the point where I wouldn't even say they're called special infected anymore, because even on the lowest difficulty the cunts are everywhere. And which is a shame, because I really like some of the special infected designs. I thought they were really cool. But when you go smashing me with special infected every 5 fucking seconds, it's going to make me hate them. And that's exactly what happened. And it just borders on being unfair at times, because the lowest difficulty and you're just getting smashed by these special infected every 5 seconds. There was actually a few times throughout where me and my friends just wanted to give up and not even bother with this fucking game. But I wanted to push on for this review basically. We ended up beating the final level I think we fucking fluked it, and that is by far the most unfair and hardest level in the game. What really doesn't help Back 4 Blood's shit balancing is the one retry system, which is fucking mind-boggling while it's even in the game. Let me explain it a bit better. So when your whole party goes down and you fail, essentially, you get one retry to start from the same stage you're up to with all the gear and cards that you currently have. But if you then die another time, you get kicked back to the hub world, losing any online players you may have picked up. Again, I'll get to that later. But then you have to go in, find a new match, and you have to start from the start of that stage with the base weapons, making it harder. And most of the stages do have better weapons you can pick up right at the start, but again, it just feels like it's making it unnecessarily unfair, and it's one of the many things in this game that I'm just like, why the fuck is this here? It's just stupid. Like, just let me try again infinitely with my same gear. What's the fucking point of this setback? I just don't get it. It's dumb. Now I'm finally getting to the matchmaking because I brought it up a few times. Back 4 Blood's matchmaking is fucking abysmal. Sometimes we'd go for a night for hours with no public player for the 4th slot, and then we'd get one right at the end, we'd already use our retry, and we'd fucking lose them in like 10 minutes. And I don't know if this game was just dead on arrival or just fucking broken, but really, really didn't help. And on the topic of shithouse, let's talk about the story, if you could even call it that. This might not bug some people, because if you're just looking for like a dumb zombie shooter, this'll do. If you're looking for a story, look elsewhere. There's so many times throughout the story that we're all just wondering what the fuck was even happening. Like, it was all just nonsensical bullshit. And I mean, it's just lacking, like most of Back 4 Blood. There were actually a few missions in the game that would just walk down this very short street, get to the safe room, and that was it. Like, I shit you not, maybe 10-15 minutes for a mission. It was just walk down the street, get to the door, that's fucking it. Out of the 33 total levels, I think there's one that really sticks in my mind, and it was a pretty short one, actually. So you're in a bar trying to cause a distraction so some civilians across the road can escape in a bus. So you turn on the jukebox and it starts playing Spider-Bait's cover of Black Betty. This mission was honestly so much fun, and I wish the rest of the game had taken notes from it, because it sort of peters along, gets to this point, has a jump, and then just goes back to meandering bullshit. I'd really hope the momentum had kept up. If it had, this review might be a bit different, but it didn't. That's the only standout moment, and from the people I've talked to that have played this game, it's much the same for them. A big part of Back 4 Blood is the weapons, and obviously being a zombie shooter, you want to get that right, and I think the controls being fluid and the guns feeling pretty okay is the one thing that kept us on. If it was a shit game with shit controls, we probably would have ditched long ago. The variety of weaponry is also pretty cool. There's a lot of assault rifles, FMGs, LMGs and all that sort of stuff, you know, the usual gun classes. And then there's also the attachment system on top of that, which takes it to the next level. With the attachment system, you can end up making some pretty overpowered weapons, because each attachment sort of buffs a different stat of the gun, and you can end up with these fucked looking just cannons, basically. However, a downfall in the weaponry is the skin system. So they're basically earned through what's called the supply line. You spend points gathered through doing missions and stuff like that to unlock cards, stickers, skins for both your character and your weapons. The problem I have is that they're so few and far between in the supply lines. Like, I finished the whole game and I think I ended up with 2 skins for 2 guns that I didn't even use, so basically it was pointless for me. A really good idea would have been tying it to weapon usage or something like that, but hey, what the fuck do I know? Another downfall to the weaponry in Back 4 Blood is the sound design. The guns just don't feel like they have much punch, really, which is, I guess, a combination of the physical recoil, the animations, the muzzle flashes, in addition to the sound design. But they all do feel a little bit underwhelming, if I'm honest. And one that I point to is the Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle sounds like a fucking pea shooter, which you just don't do that. You don't do my boy Desert Eagle dirty like that. I've fired one of those cunts in real life and they fucking kick. So the last thing I want to touch on covering the, I guess, campaign part of the game is the card system. This is just another one of those things where I'm like, why the fuck is this even in the game? What is this? It's the most fucking out of place, useless mechanic in an already underwhelming game. Picking stat cards before going into a fucking match is not why I play these sorts of games. Fucking pull your head in. So like I said, the cards are earned through the supply line, but I didn't really use this feature that much. I guess I did begrudgingly have to use it towards the end of the game to help with the difficulty, but I still don't think it should be here at all. Now, moving on from the campaign, Back 4 Blood does have a PvP versus sort of mode, but much like most of the things copied and pasted from Left 4 Dead into Back 4 Blood, it's a fucking shell of what it used to be. Something about this just feels hollow, I guess. Probably a better way to put it is unbalanced and just lacking. I only played probably around 4 or 5 rounds of this with some mates before fucking chucking it in the bin. So anyway, that's a brief overview of this game. So taking everything I said into account, I think I'd have to give this game a very deserving 2 cards out of 10. Overall, this game just ended up being a massive disappointment, even though I didn't have that many expectations going in. I'd get this on Game Pass for the $1 deal, or wait until it's heavily discounted. I would not be paying full price for this. And just a quick little reminder, as much as you might not want to drag your mates through this fucking mess, play with mates. It's unfucking bearable without them. My condolences do truly go out to those of you who paid money for this game. You're in our hearts. Thank you so much for your sacrifice. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you just coming by and watching me fucking rant about games as usual. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, all that sort of shit. It always helps. And if you want to watch me come be super critical of other games, I stream on Twitch every Wednesday, 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard or Daylight Savings Time. So come across, we always have a bit of fun over there, bit of banter, bit of shit talking. So yeah, jump across. We'll see you there. But thanks again, guys. That's it for me today. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. Cunts.